Okay, it is like September 9th on Tuesday. October 8th on Tuesday. 2019. I'm way the hell, I don't even know where the hell I am. I'm an hour away from Woodland Hills. I'm down LA. Down in LA. And is this straight? I don't know if this is. Well, okay, whatever. I'm down in LA and same things, the same usual worldwide paranoid schizo operations and try to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo. Let's see. I don't know what's.
Take the next right onto Sawtell Boulevard, then continue straight to stay on Sawtell Boulevard.
Okay, so as you can hear from the GPS, I'm on Sawtelle Boulevard in Sepulveda, down in LA. I don't exactly know where this is. Random things going on around here, especially at coffee shops. Groups of people waiting in case I'm there, with the horizontal striped shirts.
Continue straight to stay on Sawtelle Boulevard.
The horizontal striped shirts, like when I went into Panera Bread, I think 4 women, white shirts with horizontal black shirts, and then some men with horizontal stripes, and some other things like
in 400 feet, turn left onto Machado Road.
Let me give you an example.
Onto Machado Road.
Like I go in, there's a really cute black employee there, so I flirt with her, like, hi, you know, did you miss me, whatever. Now I've never even fucking been here, right? So, but she's gonna get the joke because she knows who I am, right? But so she's like, hi, yeah, blah blah blah, whatever, and then she says, well, what's your name? I'm like, you gotta know my name.
600 feet, use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto Sepulveda Boulevard.
I'm like, you gotta know my name, you know, blah blah blah, because I'm nowhere wide.
Lanes to turn right onto Sepulveda Boulevard.
Or she says, how would I know? She says, how would I know your name? And I say, you gotta know my name because I'm nowhere wide. Okay, so because every person I meet knows me and they're angry at me.
Sepulveda Boulevard for 3/4 of a mile.
Okay, so anyways, I sort of flirt with her, you know, it was very nice meeting you, this and that, whatever, you know, being very friendly. I order a cookie, I order a coffee, I pay, I go to wait for it. Everyone starts getting angry, especially the black women, that I flirted with a black girl, right? Especially the black girl that I flirted with. Now, the whole thing is that she's angry because they have these worldwide, we're keeping tabs on everything you do, and we own you and control you. You're our bitch, you're our slave. We've been hunting you since 5 years old with Tom Farley and my family and this and that, building these terror torture operations to have me eradicated and try to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo of things that nobody would ever do, which is unheard of. But yet the government is hunting me down with every resource known to man, doing these things. So the point that she got upset is when I said, you got to know who I am, I'm worldwide. Okay, so how is that offensive? It's not. It's not offensive, it's not pushy, it's not controlling, unless the person is involved in something highly criminal, being almost every person on the planet against me.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left.
And that's the only reason why anyone would be mad at me, is that they're losing control. But yet, why are they doing this? Because this entire operation is about torturing and killing someone since 5 years old. Who takes part in that?
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Culver Boulevard, then turn right onto the I-405 North Ramp.
Example. Hey, world, that person's a horrible monster. Everyone get together, torture and kill him. Normally that wouldn't play out so well. Normally it would be like, you're fucking insane. You want me to do what to who? Okay, so anyways, you get the idea. This has been going on since 5 years old. They always have an hourly justification in eradicating my kind. It doesn't make any sense. Needless to say, like usual, I'm being as friendly as can be, and you're watching people shut down in anger. I can't own him. I can't whip him like a slave because he kissed a black girl when he was 8 years old. Right? You get the idea. Okay, so what do we see? Red cars showing up. In the 15-20 minutes that I was there, groupings of red cars showing up. Someone pulls up a Firebird pointed at the Pier 1, leaves the lights on, and goes somewhere. Another lady comes who has food. She pulls up next to that car waiting with the lights on. Third car then after that. Groupings of reds, and with the women and with the latest ramp up of the tiger print tactic. I'm not going to explain it. Now, the thing you need to understand here is I guess I'm in like Culver City or something. I don't even know. I came back from like downtown LA, like Baldwin Park area maybe. How is it that within 10 minutes, mass groups start showing up to the public locations I'm at each and every place worldwide? I've watched this for 18 years. And before they show up, they're sort of doing the patterns directed at me to create.
Merge onto I-405 north.
Doing the patterns to try to create mental illness before they're notified to follow me, if that makes sense. So, for example, going into coffee shops around here in downtown LA or wherever, probably worldwide, just like when they were doing the put one foot up on a chair tactic for 15 years.
Continue on I-405 north for 1.5 miles.
The 1 foot on the chair tactic, which they got so mad about, or sorry, I'm looking at GPS and trying to talk to you, and now I'm going to be in lots of traffic, so I'll have plenty of time to talk to you or my camera or whatever. Okay, so back about 15 years ago at Coffee Bean, they got mad at me for reading a book called Emotional Blackmail about abusive people doing horrible things to me, which I was sort of I was starting to figure out what was going on, and they got really mad. So 15 years at coffee shops worldwide, people would see me put 1 foot up on a chair. Well, they don't do that one anymore, but they do 100,000 other ones. Okay, so example, walking in the coffee shop, seeing 4 women with white shirts and horizontal stripes, or in the parking lot, the pairs of cars in twos backwards before I even get there, which is done worldwide, are not coincidences, and they're doing it in case I come to that city or state or country. Because my kind, as the judicial system says, is not allowed to breathe. Why? I can't understand any of that. But they're trying to make it look like I'm crazy or violent paranoid schizo. And anyone that loses that control flips the shit out, pops their top, and tries to go ballistic on me, making up lies and setups and frame jobs. The same thing that's always been going on since 5 years old. The same thing when I stopped my brother from bashing Gregoire's skull in with a crowbar. The same things when I said fuck you to my mother at 14. Rid this person of the world because he defied me, but not about anything that anyone gives a shit about. Or even if it is something important, it still should not be happening, right? If I go out and burn a flag to make a political statement, it would be very rare. There's a worldwide campaign to eradicate me for doing a political protest about freedom of speech or something, right? Okay, there might be a few angry people, but the thing, what we're seeing here doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I have some random topics. I didn't really document or order anything. I just threw some random thoughts into my digital notes, and I'll just sort of start freeform talking in my video blog entry or whatever the hell you want to call it that everyone's so mad about. How dare you talk about your life? You're not allowed to have an opposing argument to the lies, defamation, slander, or whatever. Okay, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the first thing I put at the top of the notes is after watching some of my video, I badmouthed the shit out of a lot of the people that were in my life. I've had all sorts of, at least it sounds aggressive by nature, my speech. It's very direct, it's very to the point, it's very aggressive, and I even have weird people following me around saying, "You say mean things." Well, wait, hold on. Time out. Am I guilty of the "I said a mean thing" crime? Is that what's going on? I said something that hurt someone's feelings when I was 5 years old, and they have a worldwide campaign to kill me, and it's my fault? Does that make any sense? Last I checked, everyone says mean things about everyone. And that's just life, because people have opinions. In my experience, most people to begin with are very negative, and I've always kind of been a positive person. My entire life, women were kind of coming in my life saying that I'm a stalker and trying to prove it and things like that. Okay, you get the idea. That's not a nice thing to say about Kevin. But do I have worldwide campaigns to kill them? Do I have billions of government dollars to kill them? Of course not. I just go, I don't like that person. They're a piece of shit. This is what they said about me. Right? Now, I have a counter mean thing, which is justified in self-defense. That person lied. It's not true. This is why. Now, in my life, I'm not allowed to say mean things. If I say mean things, I've committed a crime. So things like defending yourself, according to Mike Huntley and Ronald Barry Perlman, those are crimes, according to them. And yet they have the money to pay off the judicial system to lock me in cages for the crimes of defending myself verbally, like, this person's a lying piece of shit or whatever. Well, that's not a mean thing. That's human behavior. And their human behavior is of criminal nature, and mine is just being a human being going, what the hell is going on? This is unacceptable, and that person's a liar or whatever. So yeah, all the people in my life I'm talking all sorts of shit about, on camera, on the internet. But the problem is that everything I'm saying is truthful. So if my family or my friends are running around with billion-dollar government resources and internet kill systems built around me in 1994, which my brother wanted me to see the internet so badly, trying to work on me with the government, starting the next level of let's rid Kevin Perlman of the world, try to make him look like a violent paranoid schizo and lock him in a jail cell or mental institution, then the counter argument is going to be very aggressive, because what kind of scum and trash runs around saying Kevin Perlman's a car thief, Kevin Perlman's a criminal, Kevin Perlman's a pedophile, Kevin Perlman's an abusive control freak and we need to kill him? What kind of sickos or trash not only says that, says it in secret so you can't defend yourself, and works with the government of the United States of America and psychology community to blast out these lies on a daily basis to the entire planet, then say, Kevin, you're not allowed to defend yourself or state anything that's really going on or truthful about your life. Okay, so that being said, yes, my aggressive truth might sound mean on the surface to some 10-year-old child that can't comprehend reality or understand context of situations or how interpersonal communication or social communications work. Yeah, okay, some retarded idiot that can't understand common sense and how the world works might say that, but it's not very nice what's being done to my life. Kevin Perlman here, worldwide. As a matter of fact, it's unacceptable and one of the largest crimes known to man in human civilization. Okay, it's like what Adolf Hitler did, like 100 million times amplified, because I have a planet of people against one man trying to torture and kill him, now going on for 42 years. Okay, so, you know, there's ramifications of doing that to someone's life, and they're going to say things. They're going to speak out about it. I understand that my murderers who want me dead don't want me talking, but that's not really my problem, because I have the right to state how it is, even if there's a worldwide campaign lying to my face going, you're crazy and you're imagining it. Okay, So, I sort of wanted to address the fallacy of Kevin says mean things is the stupidest, most moronic argument known to man in human history. And this entire thing all seems to stem from from me saying fuck you to my mother at 14 and things like this that nobody can care about, but yet her having these psychological resources and tools to hunt me down and eradicate me in some crazy 40-year obsessed anger for things that don't matter, that nobody normally cares about. Okay, so what's next? So I just sort of wanted the sane people. Oh, by the way, leaving the coffee shop. It's only there for about 20 minutes, but groups of red cars started showing up. Some black people parking a red car backwards by the door, trying to sort of intimidate me as I walk out. And then more groups of red cars parking next to them and showing up. Now, this was all because I flirted with a black girl. Right? So now you understand that when I'm 8 years old and I kiss a black girl, there's a worldwide campaign saying I'm a white supremacist. That doesn't make any sense. White supremacists don't flirt with black girls or Asian girls or Latin girls or Chinese or Japanese or Vietnamese girls. They hate them. They hate them. They don't want to talk to them. Yet Kevin Perlman's flirting and friendly, and I've ruined everyone's life. Okay, so what do I have next? I don't know why I put this in there. This is kind of obvious, but the media tactic to try to make me look crazy, not wanting me to watch or listen to music or movies or any type of media or entertainment. My family seems to get mad with the government and worldwide groups. I can't really understand that, because why would you care? Now, one of my family's lies, starting at 5 years old, is that I supposedly conform to media, I have an elastic personality, all sorts of weird bullshit that they just fabricate out of their hate. Yes, I'm bad-mouthing my family because people don't do these types of things to people. So yeah, what choice do I have? Because if my family's going around saying I'm crazy and I conform to media and I can't tell fantasy from reality, what choice have they left me but to speak the truth that that's a load of shit and they're clearly saying it out of some kind of hate or control issues? I can't tell you. But yet I'm supposedly the controlling one for saying you've been lied to. That doesn't make any sense. That's like Adolf Hitler saying you're controlling because you keep reading books and I tell you not to, so now I gotta put bullets in your head. That's the argument. That's their argument. It doesn't make any sense from a sane, rational, good, decent person. Okay. Brutally mobbed to death and told to ignore it, as well as everyone told to not admit anything. That's kind of... Indirectly, I explained the situation of me walking into a public place, being as friendly as can be, being flirty, being open-minded, not doing one thing wrong, but being what you're supposed to be in society. Mass people waiting for me in case I come in, mass people showing up after, direct flirty communication, women shutting down like I raped them or something. All tactics. They're all tactics. They'll play this game like I don't feel comfortable with Kevin around, so I don't want him here. But those are tactics. If I haven't done anything to anyone, why would you say that? Or let me rephrase that. If I walk into a place right now, don't know any person in the room, am as friendly as can be, why would you not want me there unless something's been said about me which is highly illegal in the way that things are being done? For example, I don't know one person on this planet, unless they're a politician or the president, that there's daily information dissemination about them, and if it's the president, he's on the news every day. So these secret internet murder channels are built to unload lie after lie propaganda on an hourly basis about me. I walk into a room of strangers anywhere in the world, Kevin's not allowed to talk to people, Kevin's not allowed to date people, Kevin's not allowed to be flirty, Kevin's not allowed to talk about business, Kevin's not allowed to get work done. Okay, why? Well, they're just kill tactics. They're government extermination tactics to try to make me look, to get reactions, to try to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo with the judicial system and psychology community. Because like mommy feels that I suffer from anxiety, or mommy feels that I have ADHD or whatever. Well, I'm not around mommy, and I haven't been around mommy since 18. I'm 47, and truth be told, I wasn't really around her after probably 13, out doing my own thing, which she's going to make up lies that I committed all these crimes and I'm a horrible person. But the point I was getting at, I know it's mean to say that about my mommy, but she shouldn't be doing this to my life. The point I'm making is that if I drive to Las Vegas right now and watch a movie, and then my mother calls up hinting that I know you watched this movie, or asking me questions an hour later, have you seen any movies? That's not something people do to people. Those are paranoid schizo operations. Okay? Those are things that try to make you look crazy. And it just goes from my family, now from almost every person on the planet, worldwide. And they've been doing these things to me since 5 years old. And come 1994, my brother calling me up with the government-built internet systems before they were trickling to the private sector. My brother wanting to reel me in with the government to eradicate me, lock me in jail cells and mental institutions. Hence, my brother telling me at 16 that he and his friends were going to put me in a mental institution out of some kind of hate and rage for me, right? Okay, so, I'm really not in any topic. I'm just random notes. Brutally mobbed and told to ignore it. Okay, so, hence, why would I be mobbed to death by worldwide support? Doesn't make any sense. And then more importantly, why would I be told I'm not allowed to defend myself and just ignore it? Which partially is a force on the medication, yet even when I was on medication for like 5 years, it didn't change anything, because there is no medication for being hunted, tortured, and killed. Period. You might as well walk up to a Jew in a firing line and say, hey, you want some Seroquel? You'll feel better, and you won't be crazy anymore while the bullet goes through your skull. Right? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, there is no anti-be killed, harassed, tortured to death pill. Okay, that's a fallacy. That's the stupidest thing known to man. That's equivalent to people saying you're guilty of saying mean things. Ah, you say mean thing, yeah. How old are we? Right? How the fuck old are we? You said a mean thing, there's a worldwide campaign to kill you? Okay. Okay, so I think I missed the second part. The world, just like I explained at Panera Bread right now, how I walk in, oh, I don't know you, but I know you. Why can't you just fucking say you know me and deal with the fucking situation like a fucking mature, someone older than 10, right? You know me, deal with the fucking issue. You know me, what's been done in my life is wrong. You know me, this is what you were accused of. Deal with the fucking situation. Okay, so, you see how I'm dealing with like a bunch of worldwide street theater 10-year-olds that if it's any other person on the planet, they're going to act normal? Okay, so, mobbed to death and told to ignore it, as well as everyone told not to admit it. Okay, well, if everywhere I go people know me and they go, I'm not going to admit I know you, there's motive, there's premeditation, and there's motive behind what's going on. And by the way, I'm stuck in a shitload of traffic. It's going to take me like 10 hours to get home in this traffic. Okay, so, this is all strategic by design to try to lock me away in mental institutions. Okay, next question. Why would someone want to lock someone in a mental institution? They didn't need to be in a mental institution. Example. People don't walk up clubbing people over the skull and then say, clubbing people in the skull, never stop and then say, we need to put you in a hospital because you suffer from bleeding to death. If you're fucking walking up to people and bashing their skull in like my brother likes to do with crowbars and Gregoire, then they're going after someone and they're going after me by mentally trying to bash my skull in over and over with these psychological warfare tactics to put me in a mental institution. But if I need to be put in a mental institution, you don't need to follow me around stalking me into a mental institution, because I would do that on my own. Hence Seymour Amster trying to work with Deborah Baer from the ELF Institute and try to get me to walk up to judges saying I want to be put in a mental institution to try to cover up what they're doing and make me look crazy. Okay? So the point is, I don't suffer from anything but mass worldwide torture and abuse operations to exterminate me. And the sooner people admit that, the better. Hence why they want to sort of eradicate my existence for the information I know, especially starting at a young age. Okay, oh, this is important. Okay, Gregoire curved me into looking like I'm Jason Perlman. Okay, so I kind of spoke about this with Brittany. Hold on, I'm losing light. Oop, wrong button. I'm losing light, and I gotta see what I look like on camera here. Ooh, it's getting dark. Now, my mother gets really mad when I do this. If I can find the switch here. Too many cables in this car. Jesus Christ, where is the switch? There it is. Ah. Okay. Okay, so without blinding myself. There we go. Okay, so my mother gets really mad when I do this. But wait. My mother lives in Canada. I'm here in Los Angeles, in Woodland Hills area, or whatever. I'm in Los Angeles right now, Santa Monica Boulevard exit on the 405 in traffic. And I live in Woodland Hills. Now my mother gets mad when I do this. I'm talking on video and there's a light. Obviously, it's at night. And in order to get non-noisy video, I need light. Any person that's ever used a video camera or a normal camera will tell you this. Unless you have a really awesome low light sensor, which is going to be huge, and you can't really mount it in a car easily. So my mother hates when this light is on me and I'm driving. But wait. She's in Canada. How does Anita Perlman and Arnold Silber know that there's a light pointed on me doing videos before ever really watching the videos? These are important questions. Now, they're going to say, well, Kevin, you're a public nuisance and you're ruining every narcissist and Kevin, you're a public nuisance and you're ruining every narcissist and sociopath, psychotic sociopath, narcissist and psychotic murderer's life because you're minding your own business, video recording yourself on a video blog and shining a light at yourself. Then it might switch to weird, stupid focus arguments that you can't focus while driving if you have a light on you and talking to the camera. Okay? Nobody's going to tell you this. It's kind of like I told my mother on the phone. What, you live in the 1800s? You think we're still cruising around in a horse and carriage and there's slavery and people are walking around with bayonets and fighting civil wars and okay, this is 2019 and there's all sorts of technology and people are all doing all sorts of weird, different, trippy shit. Whether it's their clothing, whether it's technology, whether it's new inventions, whether it's different hamburger stands, whatever. These aren't conversations that people normally have because you look fucking batshit fucking crazy or like some kind of ass puppet if you're walking around. Well, Kevin, you're guilty of saying mean things, and you're guilty of shining a light on yourself while videoing yourself and talking into a camera while driving, because you can cause accidents. You're not allowed to drink coffee because it creates anxiety. You're not allowed to smoke cigarettes because it's bad for your lungs, and those are criminal offenses, and it's offensive. You're ruining everyone's life by smoking a cigarette near or smoking a cigarette in public where someone can see you. Okay, that's insane. Nobody talks or things like that except for the Perlman family, apparently. Minus me, because I'm the black sheep. Okay, so, what was the topic before the light curving? Gregoire curving things. Okay. We're growing up. My brother is exerting this dark, deep, violent, twisted personality. My brother's totally into horror movies with all his friends. He wants me to see horror movies to say Kevin's crazy and violent. My brother's doing all this weird road rage shit. My brother's putting license plate frames. I swerve and hit people at random. My brother's filling his trunk full of, like, weapon-y things. Not really weapons, but like baseball bats and crowbars, and they're going out causing shit. My brother's going through drive-thrus and spraying people with water, fire extinguishers, trying to piss them off and getting them to chase him, he and his friends. Then he's trying to tell the world that it's me, and then he's trying to sort of training day hoit me, right? Hey, Kevin, come along with us. We're going to pin it on you. Okay. Now, I've mentioned the whole Gregoire, my brother cheating, or my brother going off to college, pretending that he's still dating Jen Yang, his Asian cheerleader. And for some reason, he says, Kevin, Greg's a really good guy. I want Jen to hang out with him. Who says that? Okay, first of all, Jason was never friends with Gregoire. So how would Jason know if Gregoire is a good or bad guy? And say, Jen, I want you to hang out with Greg. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, think about it. Think about the common sense, the interpersonal communications, the dynamics. It's a frame job. Jason comes back from college, staging this thing with Gregoire. Gregoire comes over. Jason's mad at Gregoire. Jason goes after Gregoire with a crowbar. I jump in front of the crowbar. My mother even recently made up weird lies as if she was there. Well, Jason never even got out of the car, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Jason was never in a car. He was in Hidden Hills in the driveway running after Gregoire while Gregoire was talking to me, right? So, like usual, my mother's putting words in my mouth and she's spewing out bullshit to the world. Defending all the criminal things being done to me. But she's not concerned about my life or health. Strange. So yeah, Mom, I'm bad-mouthing you because my life's in danger from the fucking lie that you and everyone else are supporting. That's why the truth needs to come out. While the judicial system is investing billions to lock me away for reasons I can't comprehend by being a really good person, right? Okay, so now, cut to the chase. We have Gregoire recorded. I wanted to do an interview with him, but he got mad at me for that. But he admitted to the situation where everyone's running around saying, Kevin, you're crazy. You're imagining it. This never happened, like all the other situations. Right? You're just a violent, paranoid schizo that needs to be rid of the world. Okay, so we have Greg's indirect confession online showing, yes, the event did occur. And we have Greg getting angry because I told him the judicial system's hunting me down over that and things like it. And at no point was he concerned that the guy that jumped in front of a crowbar for him, life is going down the tubes, and that he should be there. Like, this is fucking unacceptable because Kevin was saving my life. And then he starts working on me with the mental illness tactics and anger and rage. Okay, why is that? Let's break this down based on common sense. The reason Greg doesn't want me talking about saving his life, if his life was in danger or not, I can't tell you, is because Greg got together with Jason, and Jason wanted to try to manipulate me into going after Greg to help my evil brother. Does that make sense? Example, after this, my brother tells me blood is thicker than water. I need to help him spy on Greg, and I need to support him with going after Greg while with crowbars. He doesn't say that directly, but he says blood is thicker than water in a mobster speech way. And I'm like, you're fucking crazy, and I'm not. I don't know exactly what I said at the time, 30 years ago. But I said, no, absolutely not. Thinking you're fucking crazy, and I'm not going to help you with that. Your little fucking psychotic agendas, right? Okay, so after this, my brother tells me that he and his friends put a teacher in a mental institution, and they have bugs in my room, and they're listening to everything I do in the radio, all these things about trying to make me look crazy and talk to myself, and Debbie Woolman, the court reporter, purchasing the adjoining property with judicial audio surveillance, and them trying to get me to talk to myself in my place, and all the things they failed, trying to make me look crazy, to lock me into a mental institution. So what is really going on here based on manipulation? My brother's working with Gregoire to get me to go after Gregoire with a crowbar, or help my brother go after Gregoire with a crowbar, so Jason can say that I flipped out, went after my friend Gregoire with a crowbar, and I'm a violent paranoid schizo. You get it? Other things with Gregoire. So let me talk about the paths. The paths we take in life. Jason chose this twisted, dark, violent path, even though I think most of it was staged with street theater. Jason's choices in life were to veer down a path of road rage shit, trying to make people mentally ill and rid them of the world and all that. Kevin Perlman is 13, 14. He chooses the opposite path. I choose being positive and proactive and building cars, being social and friendly, very outgoing, even though I had some social hurdles like breaking the ice with women, but not a mute or anything. Had my friends, except I didn't realize what my friends were told to do. So I had a fairly normal, while some of my social aspects might have been a little slower than others, a fairly normal life, and a very expressive and creative, and I'm going to teach myself how to build cars. And it wasn't because I am a recluse or anything. It's because I have passions and visions and dreams, and I work hard to try to do what I want in life, and I try to go above and beyond and come up with new and original creative ideas of things that a lot of people just are too lazy or in their comfort zone and don't want to do, and that's fine. I have no problem with someone that just wants to go to a 9-to-5 job and feed their kids and have that cycle loop over and over every day. That's totally their prerogative, but my prerogative is to do something original, creative, and expressive, and climb that mountain and make it happen and give back to the world, build something of a grand magnitude. It doesn't even have to be a grand magnitude, but Facebook, perfect example. Mark Zuckerberg builds something that the world can benefit from. I don't think that's a bad thing, okay? Just like open source software, people getting together, building things that other people can benefit for cheap or no cost, okay? And everyone's happy and everyone makes money. That's what capitalism is called. Okay? But Kevin's not allowed to go into capitalism and make money because he has some really good ideas. Anyways, back to the point. Back to the point. So I choose the right path. Jason chooses the twisted, dark, evil path. Now, if you want to say Kevin's associating with strippers, building adult websites, playing pool, that has nothing to do with twisted or wrong. That's just I like more open-minded things. Twisted and wrong are hurt, harming, and maiming people, trying to lock them in jail cells, mental institutions, like what's being done to me. Okay? So I've made all the right choices in life, even though the judicial system's trying to cover up all that up and hide it. And they're trying to take all my brother's things and pin them on me, or all my friends' things and pin them on me, or random strangers' things and pin them on me until I'm dead, gone, or locked away in a cage, which is very strange, with the psychology community. Okay, so we have those two paths. I've chosen the right path. My brother's chosen the wrong path. My brother's a good guy, and I'm a monster, and I need to die because Mike Huntley, originally my brother's friend, sent after me at 14, says so. Well, I can rattle off 100,000 things about Mike Huntley's criminal, murdering behaviors, but the people supporting him will say, Kevin, you say mean things, so you're not allowed to defend yourself. Well, I'm sorry if I tell you that Mike Huntley is working paranoid schizo operations with people in the entertainment industry and all sorts of things like that to try to make me look crazy. As mean as that sounds, it's the truth for Mike Huntley and my family to try to make it look like I conform to media, or my brother and Mike Huntley and all his friends showing me horror movies and then saying Kevin's crazy. I'm sorry if saying that sounds mean, but it's the truth, and these are violent, psychotic murderers, and they don't deserve padded lies to make them look like good people. I'm sorry, especially when my life's at stake. Okay, so back to Gregoire trying to curve my behavior. Just like you're seeing with everything I do. I get into studio photography. Aubrey Fisher's paid off and sent in my life to try to make it look like I'm doing horrible things to women. Same with my father's office manager, Lorena Escobar, who was paid off since I was 16 to try to curve everything I do to make it look like something else. You get into photography, Brian Longbotham comes in my life trying to make me look like I'm an abusive paparazzi harassing people for simply buying a camera, right? And this actually starts before that with one of my brother's friends, Mike Wexler, taking a film photography class in '96 at University of Colorado with Professor Nick. Okay, so just the act of taking a photography class in my life is a crime. I will be hunted for extermination before ever even walking into the first day of the class. Okay, so it doesn't really make much sense, but the psychology community and judicial system want to lock me away for some reason I can't comprehend, and they're trying to cover up the whole thing and make me look crazy. But yet I'm not allowed to talk to one person on the planet about the situation as it is and what's going on. Sounds strange? Very strange. Okay, so back to the curving. My brother's doing all his road rage shit. I'm building cars and I'm driving around in my cars. And they're not the nicest cars because I have no money. I'm a 16-year-old kid working in my father's office in a file room, trying to make enough money to tinker toy with cars, where I'm working till my hands bleed because my cars are such a passion. My father's making up lies. I stole $10,000 from him because he's mad that I'm building cars. Like, he's mad. It's like if you had a son and his son was Doogie Howser, you would be mad and you wanted to kill Doogie Howser, right? Doesn't make any sense. Unless you're watching the movie, Jesus Christ. What is it? Guantanamo Bay. Harold and Kumar. Guantanamo Bay, whatever. Unless you're watching that movie, maybe you think Doogie Howser's a bad guy. What's his name? Neil Patrick Harris. Okay, but if you're sticking to the point where Doogie Howser, I'm not saying I'm a genius, but Doogie Howser was a genius, Well, everyone admired Doogie Howser. They didn't want him dead. I'm not saying I'm Doogie Howser. Okay. Doggy Howser? Doogie Howser? Whatever. Okay, so, just coming up with a comical idea. Okay, so anyways, I'm building my cars. Some of them are complete pieces of shit. But I'm not in it to build. I don't have $100,000 to build a 427 Shelby Cobra, or wait, 427 Cobra. I don't have 50,000 or 100,000 at 16 to build a 427 Cobra. I'm just learning with the little money I have. Okay? So I think I rebuild my 305 Trans Am or put an engine. Sorry. Slow down. Sip on coffee, even though it's illegal. I pulled out my 305 out of my Trans Am. I put higher compression pistons in, new camshaft, drop it back in. I'm teaching myself how to do these things. I'm not having my daddy, like Brian Weaver, pay for 454s to put in my Chevelle. I'm doing it myself with my own money. I'm not blowing up my engine with nitrous intentionally like Brian Weaver, who sent after me. I'm working my ass off for pennies. I'm reading books on how to do it. I'm doing it. Yeah, I might look like some rich boy with a piece of shit car my friends call me Kid Taco over. But it's not about prestige. It's about building. It's about teaching yourself how to do something, overcoming hurdles, and getting proficient with it because you like the hobby or whatever. Any parent should have pride in that. I don't know why these people are mad at me. Okay. They should be like, my fucking son's a genius. And while he might be the black sheep and a little out there, he's fucking going out and he's learning how to build fucking engines on his own with books. Okay? He's a horrible monster that needs to be locked away. Okay, so back to the curving. Greg was in my Trans Am. Now, I remember my brother would go at it. My brother's big thing was getting people to chase him. My brother's big thing, especially to me as a young child, is trying to provoke me and get me to go after him. Provoke Kevin to get Kevin to go after him, and then tell everyone on the planet I'm a violent paranoid schizo, doing all these things to him. That's my brother's big thing, with all his friends and my friends. And now, for some reason, it's worldwide. Do it to Kevin. Punish me for the things they did to me at childhood by doing it with worldwide support. Well, those are all cover-ups with Mike Huntley and my father, which is strange. Which means that my father, from 5 years old, wanted to lock me in a mental institution out of his hate and rage for me because I'm not like him. Okay, so now you understand that Jason's out and he's trying to get people to chase him. Kevin's out. He doesn't give a shit. Me, Kevin. No, I'm not schizo because I say Kevin. Kevin's out. I'm out. Building cars, cruising around, being social. Greg was grabbing my PA, and he's yelling at other cars, trying to get the cars to chase me. And I'm like, Greg, don't fucking do that. Whatever, right? Why? Well, now knowing what I know, Jason's the guy trying to get people to chase him and get them angry at him and then go after him, and he's doing it to me. Then I explain the crowbar thing with Greg Waugh, and I find out that Greg Waugh is really working with Jason to make it look like I'm a violent, paranoid, schizo, and crazy. Now, if Greg Waugh's in my Trans Am at 16, yelling at people on my PA, which is just a one-time thing, and cars started chasing us, what do you think Greg's trying to do? He's trying to divert me from living my life and make me look like Jason, right? Because where does all this schizo shit come from anyways? Right? It comes from what they've been doing since I was a young child. To try to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo. So Gregoire, who I thought was a really good friend, who I built an engine for, we dropped it in his 68 Camaro, whatever. I mean, friends don't generally do that type of thing for friends unless they think they're friends, right? And so I'm building fucking engines for my friends, right? Or with them. To find out that my friends are trying to divert me to make me look schizo like my brother and try to make it look like I'm a violent paranoid schizo and a murderer and who's done all these freaky things which other people are doing and my brother and his friends are doing, right? Okay, think about that. So that was that long topic. I just sort of wanted you to have the facts of how people and Gregoire are trying to curve me from doing one thing by manipulation or frame jobs or setup attempts into something else. I get into photography, my family gets mad, we're going to make you look like a horrible person. I get into playing pool, my family and those paid off get mad, we're going to make you look like a horrible person. I get in this going to coffee shops and being social, we're going to make you look like a horrible person. I get into building cars at 16, we're going to make you look like a horrible person. I simply take the wrong class in college that my family doesn't approve of, we're going to make you look like a horrible person, even though there is no wrong college class. They're in a list of classes. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so you get the idea. We're going to curve Kevin. We're going to try to curve Kevin's reputation to the world to make Kevin look like how we want him to look to eradicate him. Okay, Okay, so I think I was just summing that up. The reason they're doing it is they want to make me look like a schizophrenic. Where do they even come up with this shit? I don't know. The Kill Kevin Perlman handbook. I don't know. That the world has now been given. Okay. Kill Kevin Perlman for no reason handbook that the world's been given. Okay, the sad and lonely angle. Okay. Since Rody Morales was sent into my life by the LAPD, trying to make it look like I'm a murderer, trying to make it look like I'm schizo, the fourth person wanting to take me to strip clubs, saying I'm stalking women and strippers and porn stars who's obsessed, won't leave them alone, is a rapist or whatever on those tactics. Rody since 29 was working on the Kevin's sad and lonely and Kevin's a murderer tactic. Okay, well, if I'm a murderer, there's got to be a body and a crime scene with the body, or I'm not a murderer. Now, they kind of run around playing this game. Well, maybe you killed someone and we don't know about it. Okay, sure. Maybe you killed someone and I don't know about it. Maybe you didn't pay your taxes and I don't know about it. Nobody knows about it. Maybe you cheated on some high school tests and I don't know about it. None of their fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Look, if someone wants to come to me and say, we have proof of a fucking crime scene and you did it, and I'm not going to be very happy about that, but it's something tangible. You know what I'm saying? It's something, people don't walk around with the what ifs, okay? You see that girl over there, I want to date her, but what if she bit a guy's dick off? You see that girl, I want to date her, but what if she's a narcissist? You see that guy over there, I want to date him, but what if he's a rapist? You see that guy over there, he has a 5 o'clock shadow, so maybe he's a serial killer. People don't generally think like that unless they're fucking insane, okay? But that's the types of weirdos I've been dealing with my entire life, okay? You don't generally walk up to someone and say, I think you might have killed someone and you need to give me a confession that you did, even though we don't have a body or a crime scene, whatever. Okay, so You think that one's stupid and doesn't make any sense. The Rhodey Morales, Kevin Perlman is sad and lonely crime. Well, wait. I've never heard of the sad and lonely crime. Have you? Have you heard of the sad and lonely crime? Is there some imaginary serial killer handbook out there that talks about the sad and lonely crime? I've never fucking heard about anything like this. Okay? So the sad and lonely crime. Well, let me understand this. According to these worldwide hate groups hunting me, if you're lonely, you're not allowed to date women. You're only allowed to apparently date married women. Because why would you date a woman, or why would a woman date you if you're lonely? You gotta be not lonely, not give a shit about her, and she's gotta be married so you don't break the sad and lonely crime. Or what's sad? I've never even heard of people talk about sad, like people are babbling, walking around the streets. You see that person over there? They're sad. Sad? There's a sad crime now? Everyone has to be happy? And if you're not happy, you gotta be sad. And if you're sad, you gotta be happy. Maybe, can you be in the middle? Are you allowed to be in the middle? Like, are you allowed to just be living your life and you're not skipping down the street, but you're living your life? Because if you're not, in my life, if I'm not skipping down the street, I'm sad. Or if I'm sad, I'm not allowed to be happy by going out and meeting people or doing things or whatever. Right? Do you understand that each and everything on this intricate ratchet level doesn't make any sense? Right? People don't walk around babbling sad and lonely shit. Sad and lonely. Sad and lonely person, sad and lonely, sad and lonely, sad and lonely, sad and lonely. Or they don't walk down the street. Murderer, 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 murderer. Okay, these are the people I've been dealing with my entire life. They're fucking insane. Okay? Have you ever hung out with your friends and they're pointing at people? You see that person over there? They're sad and lonely. We got to go after them. We got to put them in a jail or mental institution. Sad and lonely criminal right there. Sad and lonely criminal. It's with these weird packaged stupidity sayings that are directed at me, which are tactics. Kevin says mean thing. Kevin has committed the you say mean things crime. Who talks like that? The same with the sad and lonely bullshit. You say mean things. You committed the you say mean thing crime, and you've committed the sad and lonely crime. Okay, people don't fucking talk that way. They don't think that way. Okay, maybe you might walk up to someone and say, "Are you okay? You look sad." But they don't throw some kind of weird, you said a mean thing crime. That's a capital offense. Okay? So think about the absurdity of these rejects hunting me down with worldwide support. Now, why are they doing it this way? Because they want me to, Kevin, what's this about? Well, I said a mean thing. Fuck, dude, Kevin's crazy. Right? That's what they want. They give me the disinformation like my father and mother and family. And then they want me with their reverse psychology. And then they want me to say, oh, well, because when I was 10, I said a mean thing. And they go, that guy's flipped it, man. That guy's fucked up. So they're trying to make me look crazy, and they're trying to make me say crazy thing to people. And they finally pushed me after 10 years, from 29 to 38, who knows, putting up a website stating this is what's going on, and that's the craziest I've ever looked. But of course, on the website, it exposes everything with facts and proof and logic, not moronic idiots spewing rhetoric that doesn't make sense, like Kevin's committed the sad and lonely crime. Okay, so let's see. Okay, if this is a big one. Kevin is a danger to himself or others. This was obviously started with people with psychology degrees. Now, who are these people? Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman, orthopedic surgeon. Anita Perlman, art therapist. And Jason Perlman, urologist who likes to pop people's bladders with a secondary psychology degree as well. are just spewing out bullshit and trying to make it look that way by having people endlessly provoke me because my daddy and mommy want to rid me of the world because they didn't get the child they liked. So my family's working all these angles with guns and knives, probably ants, probably paper clips, probably lint on my shirt. I don't fucking know, because their pathological lying switches and changes every 10 minutes to their fictitious crimes that I supposedly committed, and the only one that's committed crimes is all of them working together in a mass conspiracy to rid me of the world. Okay, so my brother's spouting every week when growing up. My brother was like my brother's going out on all his road rage shit, and then every week he's spouting off how I tried to kill him or something like this. Okay, he's complete full of shit, psychotic murderer, and then he's trying to cover up all the shit he did with Mike Huntley, saying I did it. Right? Okay, so that's the shit they're trying to cover up, and then they're using their psychology degrees. Kevin's a danger to himself or others, while watching worldwide groups minute by minute attack me in their angry rages, trying to get these reactions. Finally to the point where the judicial system had to pay off Terrence Scroggins and pay off Bailey Bernard. Bailey Bernard to follow me home and assault battery me, and Terrence Scroggins keep running up, threatening me and blackmailing me and trying to extort me, and me telling him to get the fuck away from me. Paid off by Dincy and the LAPD. And finally, they got so pissed, the police got so pissed that they couldn't get the violent reactions they wanted, that they reversed all the charges on me after I called the police. Right? Except Terrence Scroggins, I didn't call the police on Terrence Scroggins. I just walked away from him. And he kept coming after me even when I walked away from him, right? Showing that these are mass cover-ups. That they don't want me knowing why Jason really went on all this road rage shit with his friends, with Mike Huntley, all the things with Mitch Viner, all the things with Andrew Adelman, all the things with Scott Kirkpatrick. He's trying to cover up all this shit and put it on me with my own father. My family's actually telling him to do it. That's where it really gets scary. Okay, okay, where are we? Oh, that was the danger. Kevin's a danger to himself or others. So I just have random people crying wolf over and over how I've supposedly did this, how I've supposedly done that. There's nothing I've done but be a really good person and show that I have more self-control than this entire planet fucking put together. Which is pretty fucking scary and amazing to begin with. But I shouldn't have to deal with this shit anyways. Okay, so where are we? Don't use that as like leverage. Oh, you have great self-control, so now we're going to try to break you. Okay, don't fucking do that, because that's the type of shit they're doing. Okay, the Kevin can't stop tactic. Kevin can't stop. Kevin has no self-control. Kevin's name is Kid Taco because he can't stop talking to himself. Yet the real reason Brian Weaver and Tom Hoke and my friends called me Kid Taco in high school was because they didn't like my 69 Firebird, my piece of shit 69 Firebird I bought for $300 and put a 350 Chevy in, and so they called me a Mexican Kid Taco. They were making fun of me. My family's using that as a mental illness label. Kevin can't stop talking to himself. Kevin can't sit still. Kevin has anxiety. Kevin this, Kevin that. Kevin can't focus. It's all bullshit. I can guarantee that if I wanted to sit still for 10 hours straight and meditate, I could. If I wanted to, whatever. My driving skills alone with the worldwide murder operations are impeccable, and they're much better without it. The point is that I can stop and I can change and I can do this instantly if I want to, but it's based on choice. It's based on freedoms, the choice. If I want to do yoga, it's based on my choice. If I want to go on 10K runs every weekend, it's my choice. If I want to be a web designer, it's my choice. If I want to do IT, it's my choice. If I want to eat steaks, my father hates me because I eat steak. It doesn't even make any sense. He's mad at me because I ate steaks out of his freezer, New York steaks out of his freezer when I was like 16. I mean, these are the things that anyone gives a shit about. If I want to eat steak, if I want to be a vegetarian, it's my choice. If I want to date a porn star, a stripper, a nun, not that you really can date a nun, date a accountant, it's my choice. And it has nothing to do with stopping, starting, obsession, OCD. It has to do with someone that someone wants and their agenda to try to control and dictate my life, and then make up lies that I'm a danger to myself or others and things like that. Okay. And they will say anything like, I'm somehow ruining everyone's life by shining this light on me while video recording. And then they'll switch it up to, I have driving problems because I have this light and I'm videoing and I'm talking. Okay, shit that doesn't make any sense, but these aren't the types of things savory, nice people do. Okay, especially with billions of government dollars, which doesn't even make any damn sense. Okay, Kevin is abusive tactic. Well, I don't even know how to even go into this because every aspect of my personality is the opposite of abusive. And people are taking things like, well, you say, like, let's say I post on my wall on Twitter or Facebook, well, good morning, bitches. Kevin's abusive because he says bitches. Whoa, are we back in kindergarten? Are we back in fucking romper room again? It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. Any 10-year-old with common sense can tell you that Kevin's making jokes on his wall. Hiya, bitches. Or, hello, the bad seed checking in. It's sarcasm. It's jokes. They aren't mean things. Okay? If that's a mean thing to someone, then that motherfucker needs to get some serious therapy and understand how life really works and what is really mean and what isn't. Because if you think someone saying, hiya bitches, how are you, or something like that, or the bad seed here checking in on my social wall to a planet full of people that aren't even following me and are spying on the account. If you think that's a mean thing, then I suggest you try walking out of your house for once in your life and see what the real world is like, or going out on a date, or having some kind of interpersonal communication, or something like that, before you make those judgments, because that person that says that has no concept of reality. Okay. Kevin is lashing out tactic. I'm sorry, what? What? How so? Every single situation that's occurring is people attacking me in anger and rage. Every single one. I'm being as nice as fucking possible. If I buy something from you and I go thank you as I'm leaving, last I checked, thank you is a sign of respect. It's not lashing out. Oh, but now we're going to change it up because we're counting how many times per day you say thank you. You don't see a problem with this? A bunch of fucking loonies are following me around, counting everything I do and documenting it with NSA tools. You parked in parking spots 10 times today, and that's going up on the internet for the world to see. You 4 times this month you ate waffles. You're OCD and out of control. Hello, these people aren't fucking insane. Okay, so what was the? Kevin's lashing out. I have not fucking lashed out at anyone ever, and every person I've been in contact with for 42 years at least has been going apeshit fucking ballistic on me over and over with every motherfucking tactic known to man, and if they're not directly there, they're spying on me with people, archiving complete bullshit to the world that I'm doing this to this person, that to that person, yet I've been a fucking really good stand-up, nice, decent person, not a pushover, but a nice, decent person to everyone in my life, my entire life, yet there's a worldwide campaign to eradicate me. How do you explain that? Seymour Amster fucking going ballistic on me saying, Kevin, don't lash out. Wait, everything on video that I have shows me being attacked. Me being a really fucking good person. Every motherfucking video. And every person I've had interactions with my entire life shows me being a really good fucking person. And me not falling for the traps like my brother's trying to set me up and do to people. Okay, so what's next on the list of Rid Kevin of the World topics? Shit, that was it. There was one more thought I had in my head that wasn't on the list, and now I just lost it. So I'm gonna pause this and see if I can get that thought back, because it was a really important topic. Let's see. Okay, so I completely lost that thought. So I guess I'm just gonna throw in some random closing. No, I'm not a lawyer. I don't think I'm a lawyer. Closing topics. In regards to whatever, whether the world's been told I'm a bad seed, the world's been told I'm the Hulk, and you don't want to see me when I'm angry. I even have things from Janet Nordet stating that Shelley's saying she's afraid of me and I'm manipulating, just turning around all their shit, right? The things that I can tell you about her alone that they did to me. The big, I guess, closing topic is, why is there a worldwide campaign being disseminated hundreds of thousands of lies about me on these propaganda, defamation, libel, slander systems to the world to rile up an entire planet against one man to rid him of the world? Doesn't seem strange to anyone? It doesn't seem a little odd? Like someone wants me dead and they'll say and do anything to accomplish this? Now, I understand that their lies, they have over probably 100,000 lies about me. But come on, let's be fucking realistic. That's like up the alley of Kevin's committed the he said mean things crime. Doesn't make any sense, okay? If I walk up to you and I say, you see that person over there, they're a horrible murderer, and they hate women, and this and that, you would be like, Kevin, why are you fucking telling me this? I don't give a shit. I gotta go out, and I gotta live my fucking life, and I really don't give a shit about that guy over there. And if I meet the guy, and I find out that he's a horrible person, I just won't talk to him and I'll move on with my life, right? Okay, now kind of hold on to that thought, because they're trying to sort of reverse it onto me. I turned 29. Mike Huntley, I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. You'd better live a careful life. World of paranoia. You're a dead man with the police. We're using the system against you. All that. Right? I turned 29. Instantly, 10 to 40 people per day whistling at me wherever I go worldwide. Right? Okay. So, they, not me, they are going out blasting to the world, Kevin's a murderer, Kevin's a rapist, Kevin's a pedophile, Kevin did this, Kevin did that, Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo, Kevin's crazy. They started in on me at 5 years old. They send Kelly Hatch after me to follow me up to Southern Oregon State College with the police, working on me. My brother sends all his friends out after me at University of Colorado. Mike Wexler, Jason Baum. Who else? There was other ones. I'm missing a name here. Val Morozov, some Russian dude, was paid off to take me to strip clubs. One of the 4 people told to take me to strip clubs in each state. You name it. The entire planet was contacted to brutally mob me to death, starting at 5 years old. And obviously they didn't have the internet-based technology until 1994. But what they did was, well, Kelly Hatch, you follow up to Southern Oregon State and you notify the city with the police that Kevin's a violent, paranoid, schizo, and crazy, and rid him of the world. After 1994 and the internet came around, okay, now we have billion-dollar government kill tools with NSA probably to kill Kevin Perlman. Now, I don't have proof that NSA is involved, but let's be fucking realistic, because look at the billions of dollars of government resources to rid me of the world. That's unheard of. What? Because I broke up with a girl and called her a bitch and I committed the mean things crime? I don't think so. These are psychology community and government operations. And I have labeled them as flagging and kill operations starting at 5 years old, because there's no other outcome but to rid me of the world, whether it be in a cage or dead. And so whatever the operations are, they're about ridding someone of the world. And it doesn't matter if it's a cage or they stop breathing. It's the same fucking thing. Okay? You're out living your life, you have freedoms, and someone does that to you, whether it's a cage or killing you. It's the same thing, and technically a cage is a lot worse. Okay, so, being locked in a cage with a cattle prod shoved up your ass every 5 minutes or something, right? Think about that while my father's shocking his fucking dogs. Okay, so, you get the idea. Now, Kevin has a counter-argument. Oh, but Kevin, nobody knows you. So you're starting shit by saying you've been lied to. Right? You see the control, the reverse psychology, the, I'll call it skull fucking, because they sent a girl named Skylar after me to basically tell me that she, with the government, are going to skull fuck me to death and things like that. Do you see the agenda or turning things around on me? Listen, if I turn 29 and there's a plan of people that want to kill me, I want to know what the fuck's going on, and I want these people to know they've been lied to. Period. Okay? People aren't generally allowed to make these types of criminal claims without accountability. Example, you go up, if you go to Fox News and Fox News blasts these things about you to the world, Fox News would be sued for defamation, slander, libel, whatever, because it's not true and it's damaging your life and health or whatever. Okay? So, that's kind of the point. I'm just watching this guy here leave this coffee bean with an Obey shirt. And also we have, looks like a gray and black coming in. We have the groupings of all the cars and the cryptic patterns here. I just noticed recently a lot of people with the Obey shirts, and I just sort of by coffee shops, whatever. And if I were to be videoing this parking lot here like every other, you'd see the groupings of cars and twos backwards and all things like that, which I have endless video of, to remove me from society for the crimes of turning 29 and finding out that my family and my friends were hunting me to exterminate me since 5 years old, and that's my crime, is finding out. And now that I have all the information in my head, like all the setup and frame jobs, like them telling Mr. Quigley, my 10th grade English teacher, to tell me to punch Paul Schaefer and them failing, or Brian Weaver bullying, Ryan, I can't remember, 8th grade, Ryan Hirsch. 8th grade, Brian Weaver bullies Ryan Hirsch, and then they get together and tell the principal that I bullied him. And so it's still not something that you blast to the entire planet and anyone gives a flying fuck. hey, you know, you see that guy over, see that 47-year-old over there? When he was 12 years old, he bullied Ryan Hirsch for 15 minutes. Okay, think about that. You would be like, so? Who cares? But yet, once the truth comes out, I didn't do anything to Ryan Hirsch. Brian Weaver was contacted and told to do that with a million other things. You get the idea. Oops. You get the idea that everything that's going on is just to remove someone from society for no reason at all. And there's for some reason no recourse in going, none of this is true. Okay, so who would do such a thing? Well, people like Adolf Hitler, which are basically my family, that don't want me saying anything negative. Don't want me saying mean things. But wait, hunting down, torturing, killing, or locking someone in mental institutions is not a nice thing. It's a very mean thing. And it goes beyond what someone thinks. It goes beyond what someone thinks or says. It's an actual action. So their actions, their actions are not only mean, but they're criminal murdering actions to hunt me down, torture, and kill me with worldwide support for no reason at all. Okay, so now I'm about to end this, and I've gotten back to Woodland Hills, but I just want to sort of iterate some final thoughts. I'm noticing there are some black people here in Woodland Hills, and they seem to be angrier right now, walking around the parking lots and kind of looking at me and glaring at me, and some of the things being done with the cars, and lots of black Jeeps backwards here now, and things like that. Now, what is today's trigger mechanism that I've somehow done something wrong to a black person? Well, I was out in wherever that was, downtown LA, and I was friendly and flirted with a black girl, and now there's black people mad at me, or white people working with worldwide groups hinting about black people mad at me for being friendly and flirting with a black girl. Okay, so and that's it. And so that's pretty much it. And that's it. And okay, I'm going to sort of cut it here, and I'm taking some pictures because people seem to be really angry now, and I've already just coming home and going through a parking lot, I've watched about 5 to 10 people sort of visually provoking me as I'm talking to you on the camera. There's nothing verbal. There's a spinning keys tactic, and I've seen it all day for going out to pick up my phone. I accidentally left in a Lyft, wherever the hell I went, downtown LA. So now people are walking around spinning keys on their finger, and I'm watching them do this kind of all over LA, right? Okay? So, now, if you say, well, Kevin, what did you do? Well, nothing. I drove down, picked up a phone, stopped at a coffee shop, ate some food, and I've been brutally mobbed at each and every place for leaving my house. The same thing that's been going on since 5 years old, right? And so that's pretty much it. I'm going to kind of shut off the video now because I'm home. I'm getting home, and oh, by the way, they do this a lot. Like if I go out to LA or Oxnard, when I come back, the mass grouping attacks in Woodland Hills are amped up because they're mad that I left my house for some reason, and I get healthier and I'm doing different things, so they get angry. When I come back, they ramp up their attacks. Just a note on that. Okay, so I'm going to end this here. I hope that kind of gave you some insight to the situation, even though I, for some reason, have a planetary scale, you don't talk or we kill you, since 5 years old, and we're going to eradicate your existence no matter what it takes. So that's pretty much it. Once again, all these things are on the front camera. but they're unorganized, so getting to them, would take a lot of work unless you're looking for a specific date or something. Okay, so that's it. So it is September 8th, I think, 8th or 9th. I think it's the 9th, or October 9th on Tuesday. It's either the 8th or 9th. I think it's the 9th. Oh, and one more thing. When the guy just here was spinning the keys, I saw 2 other people downtown LA spinning the keys on their finger, showing the connected information events from downtown LA to Woodland Hills with instant communication. Do these things, torture and kill this guy for going out living his life. Remember, once again, it's not about anything but 5-year-old government kill labels to kill someone they just don't want breathing or locked in a cage. That's it. So that's it. Till next diary entry.